Check 1, 2. Deep Ellum on air.
You're on mute.
Deep Ellum on air.
It's time to really get our party on now.
Mind control. Believe it or not, we taking over your mind. Mind control. Believe it or not, we taking over your mind. If it's a hot topic,
here we go. Episode 28 of Mind Control. Today is December 3rd, 2014. Are you taking a nap over there, Jer? You awake? Uh-oh. The sunglasses aren't on yet. I apologize.
Oh, yeah?
You came to life, folks.
Right here?
Live.
In the future, I'll have people put those sunglasses on me so that bit works a lot better. It'd be like James Brown with his cape.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Thinking about it.
It's a man's world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm black and I'm proud.
Are you?
Not a good day to be black, right?
Nope.
Another black man slain and the cops got off. Have you seen that news today?
A murderous cop walking free
in New York City?
Yep.
Yeah, well, you say murderous. They say the coroner ruled this homicide.
Homicide, suicide, genocide.
How do you have a homicide with no murderer?
Perpetrator, yeah. They said it was an illegal chokehold that the police department does.
Oh, the guy was Mexican?
No, like the chokehold was illegal. Like they've been told not to do that before because it can kill people.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it, but at some point let it go, maybe, before you kill the guy.
Let it go. Oh, yeah. Maybe you should have, right?
There's a reason that song won a Grammy, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it speaks to more than just snow.
Yeah. Did you watch Frozen? Have you seen that
I've
yet?
seen it a million times, yeah, because of my kids.
Oh, yeah? You let your sons watch that movie?
Yeah, and it was funny to watch my oldest reach the point where he realized this was a girl's thing.
Yeah.
And kind of stopped caring.
Well, that's good. At least you figured it out before it was too late.
Before he...
Yeah. Started playing with Barbies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Before he started going to gender-neutral bathrooms.
Uh-huh. Before he tried to join the Girl Scouts.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't want any of that.
Are there any girls? Yeah, there are Girl Scouts, right?
Yeah,
it's cookie season. You order any cookies yet?
You know, the Girl Scouts you can finally place orders online.
Oh, finally online, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Now, here's the thing. It would be smarter of them to say no longer. I mean, I guess they teach the girls something, but that doesn't teach them anymore. That's old school, right?
Yeah.
You should just
teach them how to code PHP.
Put the cookies online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yep.
Online for sale. People will order them all year round.
That'd be good.
And then, once a year, maybe the girls can go out and pump it.
Yeah.
To teach them how to fan the flames of
Or maybe the girls
commerce.
can have an exclusive flavor that only the Girl Scouts carry. You can get it online only through a Girl Scout.
Only that underage flavor you're talking about?
Uh-huh. And 100% of the proceeds go to Planned Parenthood. Yeah.
Plant Parenthood? That's what I did. That's how I got 2 kids.
You planted the Parenthood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing it all wrong. I heard that whole
You tried to
term wrong.
Bury your dick in the dirt. Is that what you did?
Like an ostrich.
Yeah.
That's what they're known for.
Yeah. Whenever you don't want to pay attention, you put your dick in the dirt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or I drug some girl and...
So you started off the show with your hot sports opinions on these race riots.
Oh, yeah. Clearly top of mind for me as a Mesoamerican.
Yeah. Did you hear Joe Scarborough lost his mind on his morning show, Morning Joe?
With his glasses?
Yeah. I think he took it off for these scathing comments.
Ooh.
Do you want to hear the quotes?
Yeah, sure, hell yeah.
He says, somebody needs to tell me why Michael Brown has become the chosen face of black oppression.
Sounds good so far. Go ahead.
He said, the Ram thing was the final straw for me. I have sat here quietly and listened to BS being spewed all over the network and all over other networks. I can't take it anymore. So, Charles Barkley also came out with some hot sports opinions on the whole thing.
Yep.
So, what do you think about these comments? Are they spot on? Is Joe Scarborough hitting the nail on the head?
This is one of those weird topics that has just spawned our protests these days. Occupy was about 1 million things.
Right.
This Michael Brown thing is about 1 million different things. Like, everybody's got their own agenda. I do agree with anyone who thinks it's goofy to make an angel out of this kid. This guy was,
Right. He knocked over that liquor store right before he
This guy was up to no good.
Yeah.
This guy, no offense. I mean, he provoked it. just
Yeah.
like rape victims.
Do you think Eric Garner provoked it by not immediately giving up his self to be arrested?
Well, I don't want to say that it's his fault, but I'm just saying, what do you see in that video?
Right.
Is a guy, he does immediately jerk his arms away.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, saying "don't touch me" and whatnot. I know that's a natural reaction, and I know you shouldn't have to tell a race of people, but if you just fully behave yourself,
Right.
they won't kill you.
But do you think if this was a white guy that size selling those loose cigarettes, and he would have been taken down like that?
Maybe yes, taken down like that, but they would have released the death
The
grip.
choke, yeah.
I think he left
After
the grip
he
on
said,
'cause
"I can't breathe," like 2 or 3 different times.
Man, that was hard to watch.
Yeah.
That really was hard to watch and listen to. That was really crazy.
People are thinking that putting cameras on police officers will curb some of this, but obviously there was a camera trained on that officer who choked out Garvin. What's his name? Garvey.
And there were
Gardner.
There was a headline today also about a guy who is that me? I'm sorry, I didn't realize that my phone was still going.
I thought we had some background music going on.
I didn't even realize that I had my phone going this whole time.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I was saying,
That's your playlist? Your
Yep.
pre-mind control playlist?
yep. No, but the other one was about a cop who had killed somebody with the camera on him.
Oh.
He had a body camera on, and he still killed this guy. And then they were caught trying to get rid of footage.
He was stomping
I don't
on the
know if
camera.
I don't know if he tried to get rid of this footage, or if I think they tried to delete it off of somebody else who was recording it
Okay.
on their device,
You see that dashboard?
and that's where they got caught.
The dash cam of that guy, the cop who ran over the guy he was chasing.
No,
I guess some guy ran into a field and the cop was chasing him and ended up running him over. Yeah.
that was this week.
It was maybe about a year ago.
Ooh.
But another one of these instances of overreaction by the police, maybe.
And we got So and this is where the argument gets crazier, because you want to say yes, the police are out of control. It's a police state, but then when this all flares up, I think the police have handled it well. I mean, I think they handled Occupy horribly, and I think they learned from that. You know what I mean? Like
Their immediate response to the Ferguson protest was a little bit outside of being needed. Like the military vehicles, the firing the bean bags and the tear gas.
they're just saying what they're willing. You know what I mean? They don't really do anything. They're just saying,
Yeah.
we just know what we have. It is creepy that they keep ordering all this stuff.
Right. Well, Obama's promised to curb that also. I say that.
Oh, did he?
They're going to train police forces how to use this military.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that right?
He also
Please.
promised a race task force, assigned to finding out how to fix these issues.
Didn't he also say he was going to redefine healthcare in America? How'd that work out?
Yeah.
Oh, he did do that?
Yeah. My insurance went up $30 this year.
He also said he was going to do something about illegal immigration. He didn't do anything about that, did he?
He signed that executive action,
Oh.
didn't he?
Shit.
Well, a lot of libs think they didn't go far enough with that.
Is that right?
Executive action.
Can you explain that to me in any way?
I guess people that are on the deportation list that have kids here in America can stay. I guess if you have a kid, you can stay. And then, I guess they're going to focus on getting out a lot of the felons and stuff, deporting those people before the people with families. I guess that's the whole thing.
And that enrages me as a Republican because
he should also deport the people who had kids over here, I guess. I guess deport everybody,
and
right?
that's as conservatives, that's what we want. We want everyone who doesn't belong here to just go back home.
Yep.
But
Unless they came here legally, went through the years of paperwork and the thousands of dollars and fees.
here's
and
the thing.
fines.
I promise you, with my hand to God, if that happened, if everyone went back to Mexico, they got in line,
Uh-huh.
and they all came up
Uh-huh.
that way, and they all had the same jobs, and they all did the same thing,
Right.
white people would hate them
Still,
just as
right.
much,
Yeah.
and would want them, and would say things under their breath like, go back home to Mexico, and they go, but I became an American citizen for real. I
but,
did it the hard one with the paperwork. Las papelas.
They said they would still say that they're stealing American jobs. That's the whole thing. Is a lot of the white people think that they're stealing jobs.
I'm more mad about the free healthcare and my one example is, what if they get in a car accident and then they don't have to be responsible for it? But I mean,
But they have to go to Parkland, so the chances of them surviving is very slim. So
no. But what if they killed somebody for you and they have no insurance, they have no nothing, and everyone tells you sorry?
oh,
Sorry, this guy was illegal and he didn't have anything to cover you. I mean, that's kind of, as an American, you're forced to have
right,
all this stuff to
carry
be on the
insurance,
road,
yeah.
and when you're running around completely illegal,
maybe
you put everyone else at risk. So I do understand that point.
Maybe if your car wasn't so attractive to being hit by illegals.
But that's why Obama says, then they're here, then let's give them this amnesty. Like,
Right.
You're not going to send them back home.
yeah.
They're here. They are Americans. They live with us every day. You know what I mean?
You know what they say about fish and people who overstay their welcome, right?
No.
They go bad after 3 days.
I've never, you just made that up right now and you're hilarious.
That's a Benjamin Franklin quote, sir.
So, if you had to explain your thoughts on illegal immigration, I know you told me before you think the border should just be totally open.
Right. Chip them as they come across. If they want to
That's
be
highly controversial.
If they want to be Americans, if they want to come across, then just chip them.
That's highly controversial, but but it's funny because normal white Americans would hate. They would think that's conspiracy.
Oh
that's
yeah, sign of the devil, right?
Yeah, but
so was the credit card when that first came out.
But if you slap it on a cow, they don't care. If you slap it on an illegal Mexican,
they still. I floated this idea in front of my conservative friends, and they still hate it because of the rapture thing, and also because
they hate it because that
more
equals
Mexicans.
It equals Mexicans here.
Yeah.
The whole point of them wanting to send them back is they're hoping to God that they can't study hard enough to pass the test to become an American. They don't want them here in America. That's their point.
The test that 80% of Americans can't pass.
And
yeah.
I hate to make it come down to such brown and white issue, but it's if you don't mind Mexicans, you think you should have amnesty. If you're bothered by Mexicans deep down, you want them all to go back, and you're against it.
A lot of conservatives truly are against the fact that, like I said, they get free health care, they can get in car accidents and not have to pay insurance.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Then you would go the route of, then we amnesty them because we know they're here, we know that they're people.
But
how
can
can
you keep track of who's a citizen?
Slap a thing on them. That's what I'm saying. But there are those that no matter how many of these answers we give them, okay, we could do this, we could do this, we could do, they're going to, and it would all boil down to, all right, I just don't like Mexican people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't like the way the sweat sparkles on their back.
You don't like the way they pick the fruit.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I do. I like the way they do that.
Yeah.
I was reading it. Chris Rock, right? He had a thing that came out today that everybody's reading.
Chris Rock's really making his name.
He is all over the place. Yeah. He was saying something about a city over there in by LA where so many Mexican people work for white people that like literally like all the traffic is Mexican people coming into the little town in the morning. Like they all report to work for the white people.
Sounds like the Palestinians coming into Israel to get jobs, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So was Chris Rock pissed off about that? All that LA traffic?
Well, he was just saying that
he just making an observation.
Yeah, he was making the observation that the big headline was that Hollywood is a white is a white town or it's a white whatever, and you
should be up at 6 a.m.
And he's saying he's okay
at
with
the day
that.
labor camp.
He's saying it's okay. He's all right with that. He accepts it he goes Hollywood is a white industry just like the NBA is a black industry. Like he's just whatever. So he says it's for white people. And you're not going to see black. A lot of big black stars, and he's fine. He's come to terms with that, but he wants to help black people because he knows that the white people just by nature don't help black people.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Like, they think they're above a lot of those jobs, right? They don't want to lower themselves to actually working for a living,
Right.
So did you hear about that drama over in Guerrero, Mexico, whatever? Those 43 students being massacred. Did you hear about these protests and these riots that are going on in Mexico?
I didn't know there was that.
Yeah, I guess there was riots last night.
So they're trying to get some of this Michael Brown juice going.
Sounds like some of those provocateurs have traveled south or whatever. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
So they're really pissed off.
What did you just say right there? Why are you glossing right over that?
I was thinking about an interview I saw earlier today with that guy from the Olympics who held up his hand. He was saying that a lot of the provocateurs in Ferguson were, not prosecuted, obviously, because they're on the government payroll. So,
Oh, I see.
That
What does
that
it have
was
to do with the guy holding up his fist?
he was the guy putting out these claims that the provocateurs in Ferguson were paid by the government.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
Because
that.
what's his name? Charles Barkley called them all scumbags, these leaders, and so he was saying that Charles Barkley being called an Uncle Tom may be justified because calling people scumbags, is also just as ignorant, I guess, is what this guy is. Oscar Robertson, I think was his name. He's saying it's a
Well, we should all be allowed to throw out derogatory terms.
right.
We should.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, know.
You're down with
Let him say scumbags and just
Yeah.
go, okay, well, what does he mean by that? And then let them call. What did they say?
Uncle Tom for Charles Barkley. Yeah.
Okay, that's really, really shocking. But if that's what they're trying to be.
But yeah, Oscar Robertson was saying that Charles Barkley really didn't know who the provocateurs were, and to paint them with that broad brush is really, stupid or whatever.
Well, clearly nobody has a full concept of who's out there. They're all over the country.
You see that one skinny girl with the blue sweatshirt hitting the hammer, hitting the baseball bat against the window, and she barely hit the window. It's like she was swinging a t-ball bat or something. It was very odd. She's obviously pretty well off. And having this girl, is a very odd scene to see. So yeah, Mexico's also going through it. Should these should the Mexican president resign? Should they totally gut the whole government over there? Because I guess what happened was there was these protesters, and I guess they were arrested by the police, and then the mayor of the town told the police to hand over the protesters to these cartels and just have them be burnt and tossed into the river, never be seen again.
Right, I heard that controversy.
Yeah,
That's what they're protesting about.
right.
The handling of, right?
Yeah, the protesters, were all executed and thrown into the river and never to be seen again.
Oh, wait.
What's
Really?
that? Yeah. They commandeered a bunch of public buses and they drove up to, I guess, his protest site. So the mayor, I guess, ordered them to be arrested and killed and
Right. I know what you're talking about.
erased from history. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's true. That's what they do.
The same thing happens up here, though. To me, the thing in Ferguson can be,
But it really no. Who's been wiped out in Ferguson for talking too much?
the whole
protesting.
Michael Brown being killed, and
But he wasn't protesting at the time.
So yeah, the protesters had
He
never
wasn't
been arrested.
he wasn't a
Well,
vocal opposer of the man.
There was that whole John Africa movement back in the 70s, and where they bombed that apartment building where they were all those protesters were gathered in. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the same thing where the government really takes it too far, I guess.
Well, but that's I'm talking about down in South America. They like to make people disappear,
Right.
and that's what they do. They make people disappear in groups. It's like no matter and you see that in Mexico, right? Like anytime somebody steps up, I'm gonna be the police chief over there.
Right. Their whole family is killed. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what they do. They systematically take these people out so that nobody can speak up. I don't even think that necessarily works. I just think that's what they do. That's just their culture.
Yeah, well then
They're used to doing it. I mean, you could you could honestly let all those people. You look at America. All those people can take to the streets, and everyone's still going to go to work. We're still going. The majority of people are still going to make society go. They could have a normal society and still have people who oppose the president. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Like, we're going to kill everybody. We're going to round you all up, and that doesn't work.
It's the cartels, right? They're the ones kind of governing the country, not an actual government. So that's the violent streak comes from that.
I could solve
which is supported by the American drug trade, right?
Yes,
the cartels.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's another instance where America can really help out of Mexico.
I'm telling you, man,
all the drugs legal.
It all comes down to. It all comes down to it's clear. We will never let another America happen. You know what I mean? Like nobody is going to be allowed to prosper. Everybody has to be held down.
Yep.
Nobody can get out of control. You can't have something happen organically.
Right. The whole John Africa thing. They're trying to kind of unite Africans together in America and kind of do their own thing.
Not gonna happen. That's what they're saying.
Yeah,
not gonna happen.
Yeah. America crushed that pretty quick.
So what if they keep us on this status quo? I mean, it's kind of okay. It's better than China's status quo. It's better than Russia's status quo.
Yeah, just minorities dying on the streets once every couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's not fine for if you're living in black skin every day.
Yeah.
That's a pain. I get it. So what's our answer? Because it's obviously not taking to the streets. It's obviously not stopping highways because that pisses off the people in the town.
But that's what Hong Kong. That's my thing. It's the Hong Kongians blocked roads over in Hong Kong, and they're really getting stuff moving over there. So you have to do it to get attention, right? In order for people to actually give a shit about your cause, you have to kind of disturb
But if
their
you're
lives a little
protesting
bit.
justice for Michael Brown, what can stop? What can quell this protesting?
And I know Obama's not the most popular person in the world, but he said that creating this task force to maybe discuss race relations and see how they can improve in the police
But
department.
how does that solve? How does that get people to stop being outraged over this? No justice.
Getting obviously you can't bring Michael Brown back from the dead, but you could force changes in police departments when it comes to like racial profiling and that type of stuff. Get away from the overt white supremacist.
Did you see it being floated out there this week that if you raised, if you raised the black kids to want to be cops, they would grow up and patrol the neighborhoods that they love.
Yeah. But when kids see their friends getting gunned down and their family getting gunned down.
You grow up listening to F the Police and 911's a joke in my town.
Right. Yeah, but that's and a lot of that's created by the media too, right? Like that music is all kind of like mind control bullshit.
Wait a minute, you say our show's bullshit?
This isn't bullshit. Like the other mind control stuff is bullshit.
Oh, I got you.
Yep. So did you hear about Kim Jong-un retaliated this week on Sony for them releasing that movie?
He retaliated on who?
On Sony. Did you hear that this hacking thing was executed by the North Koreans? You don't believe it?
There's no way in hell I believe that.
That they're the hackers that got these movies released and all these salaries released?
There is no way in hell I believe that they hacked Sony and released Fury.
The malware was written in Korean,
Because nobody else knows it,
right?
But a North Korean. You kidding me? They don't have the freedom to do anything over there.
Do you think anyone over there knows how to do HTML coding, any kind of coding over there in North Korea?
I do.
Oh, you do think that? Okay.
I'm telling you, his dad was a big fan of American movies, so it does make sense that he
saw the Facebook movie and wanted to.
But that sounds like a CIA thing. Like they've been planting stories about him loving Hollywood forever. He probably doesn't even give two shits about our fucking movies.
Right. They wanted to say that he really loves American culture. Just doesn't want his people to experience it. Yeah.
And we have no idea what he fucking cares about. Well, he obviously loves Dennis Rodman, so I guess it does give you some idea. I'm going to make Prime Minister Jerry Springer.
Yeah. So the movies.
Steve is my bodyguard.
The North Korean foreign minister.
Bald head Steve.
What?
The security guy in Jerry Springer.
Oh yeah, Steve Wilkos has his own show now. The Steve Wilkos show.
He's gonna be security.
Yeah.
In North Korea.
Well, they chat Steve.
Steve.
He's gonna be the only police officer in North Korea.
Isn't that all they have? Doesn't they raise every child to be a police officer?
Pretty much, yeah.
They patrolled the streets with batons all day long.
Yeah, so several movies were leaked. Annie was one of the leaked movies. Do you have any interest in Annie?
No. I have a site that I go to where theoretically movies might be put on.
Movies2k.to?
No. And so I saw Annie, and I read the description. I saw Jamie Foxx and stuff, and I flipped out. I could not believe. I just assumed it was older. This is before I heard about the hack.
Yeah. So you were upset that...
So this movie isn't out yet, right?
No.
Okay, because I'd never even heard this concept was even out there.
The concept of a black Annie?
I am not ready for this.
Did you see SNL got in trouble for making fun of this on their past show?
Do you really want to get into this?
Did you watch the bit that got them in trouble?
I watched it.
Was it hilarious? Was it racist?
Oh, man. If I tell you... It
had Jay Farrow in there, right?
If I give you a list of the most unfunny things I've ever seen in my life, my God, I was rolling my eyes the whole time. I even ranted about this to
But you didn't know there was a black Annie before this movie came out,
No.
when it had this bit on Saturday, huh?
No.
So you thought they were doing it just kind of to be funny
I
or
just
whatever?
thought, they had the idea to do Black Annie.
Yeah.
And the girl that is on there doing, I guess she's a part of the show now. She is not funny at all. I'm sorry. I'm going to say this. Both of the black girls on there.
Yeah.
Neither one of them are funny.
How dare you say that about Maya Rudolph?
At all. Maya Rudolph was funny because she was part white.
Oh, yeah.
No. Come on. There are black women out there who are funny. None of these two women are funny.
Who's that the lesbian one that she's kind of what's her name? She's kind of funny.
Man, I saw a headline the other day it goes hilarious stand-up comedy routine about how black, whatever, they want you to act black for commercials, voiceover commercials.
Yeah.
And I listened to her for 5 minutes talking. Not one thing that she says is funny. I mean, like, not funny at all. And I think she's even referenced in that Chris Rock article.
The lesbian?
I don't know if she's lesbian. The skinnier black girl on Saturday Night Live.
Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah.
That Chris Rock passed her name on to Lauren Michaels because she was just so hilarious.
The female Chris Rock, huh?
Man, she is not funny. But anyway, she wasn't Black Annie. The other bigger, butchier.
I thought it was Jay Farrell in drag, but it wasn't Jay Farrell.
No, it's just no. Oh my God, when you said Jay Farrell was in it, that's what you were talking about.
I guess he was a Jamie Foxx character.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
No, man. Yeah, she's not funny. She's just loud and abrasive and thinks that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible. They could do so much better. I feel like they panic hired. They were like, we need to hire black.
There was some minority pushback this past season, right?
Yeah, and that was why they hired the black girl.
Right. Okay.
Somebody said, "How come there's no black people in here?" And they go, or no black women, and they hired a black woman immediately, and that was the skinnier girl who's everyone swears is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yet isn't funny at all. At all.
So I heard you may have downloaded Fury though. Did you see Fury?
I don't download. I just stream.
Did you stream Fury?
Hell yeah, we finished it last night. I watched it in like over 3 nights.
Was it good?
That was a great movie.
I heard Pitts likes Rambo. Is it not like that or no?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not over the top. I mean, it's over the top, but trying to be real, trying to be in your face real with war.
Yeah.
Like a modern Saving Private Ryan.
There's lots of blood and lots of fake blood and fake guts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did
Shia LaBeouf's head get blown off?
I'll be honest. This was bootleg, so it was very hard to see a lot of things.
It wasn't the DVD quality one that was leaked by North Korea?
I'm sure it was, but not by the time it gets streamed onto my computer.
Yeah, right.
Watching it in choppy quality and things like that. So
yeah,
it was a little rough going, but my bootleg movie review is definitely 2 thumbs up on Fury. It was a great movie. Very, very good movie.
Did that pencil pusher end up eating it by the end of the movie?
Which one?
The guy that got transferred from mailing letters, the mailroom to the battlefield.
I mean,
did he die? I heard he was really bad and he died. Hopefully he died. They were trapped in a tank, right? The whole movie took place in a tank.
Yep.
Yeah.
With what?
Took place in the tank?
Oh, yeah.
Tank Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took place in a tank. They kind of went around and did a couple different things until one time, they basically had to fight off, shitload of Nazis.
Were there airplane Nazis or just tank
there.
Nazis?
Not even tank, just a bunch walking.
Okay. Did they roll over them?
No, they were stuck. Their thing broke down.
They try to jump it, try pushing it and pulling the clutch or something?
Not even, no, the whole, it's got that, thing that it rolls. They roll on those treads. The whole thing just broke and fell over.
What, give up by that tank, huh?
Yeah, and so, oh my God, that's pretty intense.
Did the airbags explode and kill people in the tank?
No. There's a kid, the pencil pusher kid, he's out there.
Uh-huh.
He has to go far away and, keep watch.
Yeah.
And he hears them,
Is he nodding asleep, and
marching and chanting. I think he started fapping.
Nazis. Oh, yeah, then the Nazis showed up.
Yeah, and then there's chanting and whatever, and he sees and he runs, and, imagine that, dude. They just jump in their tank, and they're, waiting for the Nazis to get there.
Damn.
Way outnumbered. Their tank is broke down. It was really good.
Yeah, and they all died, huh?
My other bootleg movie review.
Lone Soldier?
I still haven't finished that. I've started watching it twice. I've never finished it.
Why would you even start watching that movie?
Hey, I don't even care about this other movie review. Hey, can we talk about the most important thing on the planet?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead, start. The most important thing on the planet. I was a sarcastic response.
Are you talking about that satellite landing on that asteroid that was flying by?
The Stone Cold interviewing.
The podcast. You
Vince
actually heard about
McMahon
the podcast.
Seems to be
We know where it stemmed from. There was an interview with CM Punk that Colt Cabana did earlier in the week, and so Vince had to respond to that Punk podcast.
No, I wouldn't know that because I can't get my fucking hands on it. Vince McMahon has that thing so tightly fucking hidden.
The Punk podcast?
The Stone Cold one.
Oh, that
it's
one.
completely wiped out the internet.
It isn't out yet. They haven't released it officially.
Good fucking
They
Lord.
They did it live on the network, and then
Yeah,
it's
it was
coming
up.
out.
Trust me, it was up, and I had a couple pages pulled up, and by the time I got around to watching them, the video was already pulled down.
Well, did you hear what Vince said?
No.
Vince said it's, the reason WWE sucks right now is because all the wrestlers refuse to reach for that brass ring.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. In the podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw he said the last one to reach for the brass ring was
John Cena, come on.
But
what about CM Punk?
Yeah, that's kind of, but exactly, and a lot of people are like, man, he is shitting on everyone on his roster.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he said Ryback is good, but he says Cesaro is good, but he doesn't know how to talk or something like that. He doesn't have the it factor.
You imagine the real candid conversations him and Stone Cold and the guys
on the network, right?
Yeah, they must have had backstage, like talking about the guys that are working.
Yeah.
Here's my question: how can you be that analytical of your product and that honest about your product and still put that shit out there?
Well, Vince is blaming the boys in the back when really it's Vince's fault.
I blame the boys in the back. I've always blamed the boys. You see these guys come out there, and I can tell you in 5 minutes.
The guys will get fired if they don't follow, the protocol,
Man, I don't think that's true.
They have 30 riders back there.
That's not true, and the guys who get fired are not good. You get fired if you're not good. If you were good, they'll put up with anything. There's not been anybody good since Brock Lesnar.
They fired Alberto Del Rio for slapping a guy that called him a racist name,
Yeah, but the truth is he's
Alberto
shitty.
sucked, whatever.
And he's terrible, so who needed him anyway?
The guys back there are walking on eggshells. They're told what to say and how to say it. The matches suck now. The matches are formulaic. They're all ABCD.
That's all their own fault.
It's not the wrestlers' fault. It's Vince. It's Triple H's fault
talent.
and Vince's fault for not letting the guys do their own thing.
Those guys wouldn't if they did their own thing. It would be even worse. No talent.
No.
They're guys who have a physique and hair and
Well, they definitely go for a certain look, and that kind of cuts themselves out at the feet doing
and
that
that's
stuff,
all they're about.
Yeah.
Even their gross guys, like even the guys who are supposed to be down in the dumps, like they look really good.
Yeah, like Bray Wyatt's like overweight by 20 pounds. Yeah.
And but even him, like he looks like he gets a haircut every week before the show.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
what happened to the Hogwins coming out there and throwing slop on Sonny?
Hey, did you hear Sonny is doing free Skype videos?
Just fucking anybody who.
I heard you can give her like $15 to go one-on-one on Skype with her.
What? Okay. Can you pull up Skype and find Sonny?
$100 to get her on the show.
How do we get? See what I'm saying? We could definitely get wrestlers on here, couldn't we?
Well, Sonny's doing it for taking the charge. Yeah.
What about people who do RF video? What do you call it?
Sapolsky?
Shoot interviews.
Yeah.
They've had everybody come in for a shoot interview. Are they paying them?
Probably not, but those are guys that need exposure. There's no exposure here on Mind Control, unfortunately.
RF video back in the day, I'm saying, like, nobody needed to do those.
Sure, there are lots of guys. I guess, I'm sorry, maybe they get a cut of the DVD sales or something.
They must.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you, man, that's a great.
How many times did you watch that Shawn Michaels shoot interview?
I've watched it a million times.
Yeah.
RVD.
Yeah. So yeah, Punk did a shoot with Colt Cabana, and that's what pissed off Vince and why he did this interview with the shoot with Stone Cold.
That's why he did it, or they were gonna talk with Vince anyway.
It wasn't planned up until this interview with Punk came out, and then
how long has Stone Cold been doing this show?
I guess about 6 months.
God damn.
That Podcast One network has hired a few. Jericho has one. JR has one. So now
Vince was on there cussing.
I heard he cursed.
I'm very confused by that because that's what I'm saying. And on one hand, you try to tell me that they're trying to push a clean product. They're trying to and it's Vince's fault, and guys aren't allowed to do what they want. But I mean, Vince comes out there.
Vince is the guy who runs the thing, so of course he can curse and do whatever the hell
Stone Cold came out and did it and made it successful. I'm just saying because
it was
he
a lot
good.
more lenient back then. It wasn't a corporate product. It wasn't a publicly traded company back then.
You still had shit. Triple H was out there doing the shitty shit. You know what I mean? You had Barry Horowitz out there. You still have the dumbest.
It wasn't a publicly traded company back then.
All those. I see. Okay.
They have to get the Kmart deals,
Then how can Vince go on a podcast screaming the F word?
Because nobody's watching it.
But everybody did. He made tons of news, and that's what he wanted to do. He's trying to make his podcast thing huge.
Right.
So how can he, on one hand, have a product that's totally?
Because he's the boss. He's the boss. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
No, I'm just telling you that the guys are not talented.
Yeah, like I mean, there's a lot of that. You know, a lot of the guys really aren't that great.
Nobody is.
It's a neutered product, though. You know. Yeah.
If my back wasn't messed up.
So you know, CM Punk, he was really ranting and raving on this podcast. He said that he almost died from the staph infection that WWE refused to treat. That he was fired by Vince on his wedding day. Lots of stuff that Punk was really pissed off about that he was railing in that interview. So.
And Vince apologized, right?
Yeah, Vince said, "Yeah, I deeply apologize to CM Punk."
So there you go.
Well,
I don't know.
What was that? I guess Austin asked him about Punk, and he said, "Punk, you're in trouble." What happened? You remember that great segment where Vince said, "You're in trouble"? Or Stone Cold did.
So
it's funny that you brought up that interview. I'm happy how that made. Did Yahoo have a headline about it or something?
No, on Twitter I saw about 20 different sources say Vince McMahon said about 20 different other things. When was that?
Those are her quotes on Twitter.
She says, "Hey, I'll be Skyping tonight after 7 Eastern. It's $10 for..." This is Sunny. It's $10 for every 4 minutes of regular chat. This is awesome. $50 for 10 minutes with some skin, in parentheses, boobs. $100 for 10 minutes to see a whole lot more. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll give you payment info, blah, blah, blah. Dude,
you could give her $100, right?
we should have her, like, masturbating herself while giving us,
dirt.
So
what happened between you and Candido and Brett
at this house show in 1990?
Wasn't there some drama with Sean and Brett? Weren't they both banging Sonny or something?
Yes, I believe that they both banged Sonny.
Yeah.
But Candido only took it out on Sean. Or blamed Sean, but he had a thing going with her for a while. Yeah.
Who Brett did too, right? And Brett got really pissed off that Sean brought that up.
Yeah, the sunny days, yeah. Beautiful.
I guess he lost his marriage because of that comment, but
well, that was a good thing. If you saw his ex-wife,
maybe the hitman should
Sean did him a favor.
Aimed a little bit higher. Maybe if he would have done that, he would have been okay.
So how long ago was that? Cat.
Those tweets?
How long ago was Sonny? Dude, I would do an entire show. This entire hour, I would do it.
That's a lot of money to get her for an hour.
With Sonny, $100? Let's do it.
$100 for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Oh, how much for the hour?
No hours, just 10 and 5 minutes.
Just 10 minutes.
We could say maybe an hour for 100, no skin, right?
No, I want her.
You want her to at least show her tits?
I want her to have a cucumber sticking out of herself while giving us serious answers about
Brett and Sean.
Like how much her salary was.
Oh, right. How many times Vince hit on her? Yeah.
I just want to know the minutia.
Vince also said that the Macho Man's going into the Hall of Fame this year.
Okay. Should have been a long time ago.
But you know what Macho Man, why he hasn't been inducted yet, right?
Because of the way he died?
No, it's because, him and Stephanie back in the day. I guess Stephanie was underage, too, and Vince wasn't too happy about it. That's just a rumor, dirt sheets,
Well, he hasn't been in the Hall of Fame.
Nope. But he says he's going in this year. I guess Vince has gotten over it.
You gotta believe that's true, right?
Yeah.
But he got her before she was hot. She wasn't hot till she had all her surgeries.
She got that nose job and the boob job.
She's so hot now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
It's just funny. He went from China manly to Stephanie, who's manly-ish.
Right.
Both, like, having to enhance their physiques. This is weird.
Yeah.
Stephanie's very muscular.
They asked Vince, "Where's Shane?" Stone Cold says, "Where's Shane?" And Vince said, "Oh, he's in Japan." And Shane wasn't in Japan. He's in China.
Oops.
He's trying to sell pay-per-view in China, trying to make that happen. And Vince obviously doesn't give a fuck about his son because he didn't know where the hell he was.
Was that racist or what?
China, Japan, yeah. Like Vince is, the old school, It's the Orient, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's with the Orientals.
The Orient Express. Yep. So, what else is going on in the world, Eddie?
So is Sunny old now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It looks like. Why would you want to Skype that?
Because
she's only posting pictures of herself from years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago she was so hot.
She's a legend.
Yeah, exactly. She's a legend. I want to get her on to interview her, and I just think it would be fun to have vibrating out of her orifices while asking her to be really serious.
the magic rabbit doing its thing.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Well, the last post she did was November 16th, and she was Skyping on the 17th. So hit her up.
Like
$50 to see some boobs for 10 minutes.
That's kind of worth it, Eddie.
Saggy
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be on the show,
liver
though.
spot boobs.
Yeah. Where you can see straight through the skin to the implant.
Cellulite, yeah. It's pouring through the nipples.
Oh, she can't wait to get on our show. I think she would be the first to admit she's gone a little downhill.
Yeah, she checked herself into rehab a few times.
Oh,
She's
Sonny.
been pulled over for DUI, you know.
But it was totally worth it, right? I mean,
I think she was. I'm not sure 100%.
I mean,
yet.
you know, she lived on the sun for like, you know, a good 10 years.
Yeah. Do you think Candido was her one true love, and once that guy passed away, it was like, what the hell am I doing?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, without him,
Brett should really make...
all she is Skype boobs.
that's all she's worth now. Vince should bring her back for one last run. Maybe induct her into the Hall of Fame, you know?
I would pay to have her on the show. We gotta start Skyping with ex wrestling divas.
Yeah, that are willing to give money.
Yeah.
I'm sure China would do the same offer, you know?
Oh my God, China would do. We'd have to pay China to stop doing all the things. I think.
So do you want to talk about Iran, Ukraine, or Cosby?
I want to talk about Iran with a dildo. Okay, China. Please, let's just talk.
China doll, not China. China doll.
LLC.
So do you want to talk about Cosby's, some more BS from him?
Sure. Tell me about this rapist.
You know, Gloria Allred, you know, this hotshot Hollywood lawyer.
Oh, she's hot. Let's see a picture.
Not that hot.
Oh,
Like
no, I know.
She said Cosby needs to have 100 million waiting for victims.
Well, hey, she goes after all the money for women, right?
Oh yeah, she's a big proponent of women's rights. That's
She's
for sure.
the Jesse Jackson of women. She's the Al Sharpton
Will she represent black women?
of estrogen.
Gloria Allred. She'll represent black women too, right?
Oh, of course.
I think she represented that woman in Florida who shot her husband and got in trouble with that stand your ground law, whatever. I think she represented her too.
Did she have a axe wound between her legs?
Yeah, she
She
did.
represented her.
That bleeds profusely once a month.
Yep. Oh, but there's a news camera on it. Okay,
So
I'll represent her.
so, some Cosby, some Cosby defenders are coming out of the woodwork now.
Who's defending Bill Cosby?
Everyone's favorite.
Who dares?
Everyone's favorite actress from that movie with the dinosaur, Whoopi Goldberg.
Laura Dern. Oh.
Whoopi Goldberg, she's came out, said that she said perhaps the police.
Oh
might
God,
have,
the least sexual woman on the planet. Bill Cosby's never tried anything on me. I know that he does not. That's the last thing on his mind. Whoopi, it's because you're disgusting.
She was pretty hot in Ghost, though.
No, she was not.
No?
No, she was not.
Not even as Maya Faye or Bertha Faye.
The
whatever her
only
name was.
way that she could get any play on Ghost was if
Go into Patrick Swayze's body.
for Patrick Swayze to think
Uh-huh.
that he was, he was like under a spell, basically.
Yeah.
Molly. I want to sculpt with you,
And,
Molly.
yeah.
And then he lifted her up. Had the time of.
And then Whoopi Goldberg says, let's do a sister act. So, yeah, she said that perhaps the police might have believed the allegations or the hospital. Don't you do a kit when you say someone has raped you? I hope somebody gets to the bottom of
She
this.
said, "Don't you have a kid when somebody rapes you?
Don't you have a kit when somebody rapes you?
Don't you have a kit?"
You know, like those rape kits. I guess you go to the hospital and they take all the DNA
Well,
samples.
listen, nobody has DNA. Nobody's got any of that, right?
Yeah.
How do you explain that? There's no physical proof.
Probably because it happened 30, 40 years ago, right?
Now, the girl from Temple just sued him in 2000 something.
Oh,
He's
yeah?
been doing it in the 2000s.
He says, I hope somebody gets to the bottom of this, but I'm going to reserve my judgment because I have a lot of questions.
Who said this?
Whoopi. She said, it's crazy, but I have a lot of questions because I know we all have friends who have gone through this.
Have you seen... What? We do?
Don't we all have friends who have gone through this?
Yeah, how many friends of yours have been accused of rape by 16 to 20 different women underage?
All the same exact story.
I'd say none.
At least, oh.
None, sorry.
Sorry, Whoopi. I don't think we all know people that have
Yeah.
gone through this.
No.
So, did you see on The View, Rosie?
Yes.
is having trouble with Whoopi and all this?
Oh no, they're fine.
The one clip I saw it was all Bill Cosby talking. They were so
They were going at it, huh?
tense. Did you see any of it?
I didn't see it. I just read the article.
It was like watching
On the
this,
New York
it was like
Times.
watching this show.
Oh yeah.
I was ready to fall apart any minute. Rosie's talking about something, and Whoopi Goldberg makes a move, and Rosie goes, oh, "What's the matter? Are you mad?" She's like, "What are you mad about?"
And Whoopi's not talking.
And Whoopi goes, "All I did was moving my chair." And so then
Sounds like great TV if you ask me.
oh god,
Yeah.
and so then Rosie's going on or whatever, saying something, and Whoopi's like, "I don't know, Rosie."
Was Rosie Perez like, you should have gave them all the money? Yeah.
She said, "Why don't you just give all the Whoopi?" They say Rosie's gone immediately. Donald Trump has been shitting on her all week on Twitter.
Rosie needs to stay. I came up with the perfect replacement earlier today, but I can't remember who it was.
Oh, so perfect.
Yeah. I forgot. No, it was Nancy Grace.
Hey,
Should have been Nancy Grace on that show?
I hate to be really controversial.
Nancy Grace, though.
Can we let the show just die?
We've got 8 more minutes.
Can the world survive if we just let The View go?
Oh, The View?
Yeah.
No, there's no way The View will ever leave my house. It's a mainstay in the Donahue house.
You just said, oh, for your mom?
For me,
Huh? You just said that you haven't even...
I missed that one episode, that 5 minutes of that one episode.
But you watch every other episode of The View.
Rosie's great and Whoopi's great, and it's a decent. I like the format. Obviously, we kind of do the same thing here.
What's your favorite Rosie Perez quote?
Why don't you give them all the money?
Who else? It's Rosie, Whoopi.
And they had this weird white girl on there who I don't know who she is. I think maybe like from the Today Show or something, or some movie or something. They should get Nancy Grace on there. Once you watch it, if Nancy Grace, Whoopi, Rosie, and Rosie Perez.
I think the show needs to die.
No, you're speaking blasphemy over there.
How much do you love this show?
It's been on the air for like 20 years.
Has it? No.
It's been a while.
It's been like 10 years. And it's been through 10... How many different... I mean, it's nowhere
Format
near...
changes, yeah.
Nowhere near the original idea. Let it go.
Yeah.
Everyone else has copied it, and those when all the copies fail, that's when it's time to bail. When did American Idol stop? When all the other things started taking. You came up. Dancing with the Stars was hot for a little bit.
They had Skating with the Stars.
No. But what else was hot? Dancing with the Stars. There's more.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was hot for a while.
I guess The Voice is still hot, but that's like the only thing still going. America's Got Talent's trying. It's not really hot.
People love watching Once Upon a Time and that type of stuff now, right? It's all about
Yeah, it's
TV,
a lot of fantasy.
How to Get Away with Murder or whatever.
Gotham.
Gotham's real big right now.
Sleepy
Yeah.
Hollow.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't watch any of this.
You don't watch Gordon's Kitchen Nightmares?
I've watched a lot of that, yeah.
You see, he has those kids on right now.
Yeah, I don't watch any of that, but
I saw he was berating the kids, though. It's pretty great.
It looks like Scared Straight episodes.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'm so not into Scared Straight either because those,
Speaking of Scared Straight, did you hear Michael Sam said that
Yes.
he's not in the NFL
Yes.
because he's gay?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Yeah?
He's 100% right.
And he said, I'm
And
SEC Player of the Year. Well, you think I'd be good enough for the NFL, right?
Yeah, it was weird because he never did actually say that in the story. That's the headline. Michael Sam says he's not in the NFL because he's gay.
Right.
He never said that.
He did say that he's the top SEC player and of the Defensive Player of the Year. You think he would be in the NFL, but he never said it's because he's gay or whatever. But he hinted around at it.
Right. So I don't like the headline saying that he said, I'm not in the NFL because I'm gay.
Right.
But that is how he feels.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
And he's right.
Yep.
And no offense, but
no offense, but I'm completely homophobic.
no offense, but maybe that's
But
where
I hate gay people.
that's where it stops. I mean, we're aware of the situation. Yeah. Yes, he's not in there because he's gay. It doesn't mean
Shouldn't the Supreme Court weigh in on this and
exactly.
say
It
it's a
doesn't mean
discrimination lawsuit?
mean that we need to have police physically force him into the locker room
I think we should.
and demand that he plays for the Super Bowl winning team
I think so.
as affirmative action.
Yeah, like it's his right as a gay man to win a Super Bowl, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Literally, they should just whatever team goes to the Super Bowl and has the lead in the last 15 seconds, he's going to be put on that team.
And have
to
tons
play.
of gay sex with all the players on the field. Speaking of gay sex, did you hear Brian Hoyer got the job over in Cleveland, they're not going to go with Manziel.
I was screaming about this in my office at work earlier. I was shocked by this. I could not believe Johnny Football was not starting.
What upset you more, the Michael Sam story or this story?
No, the Michael Sam story didn't upset me at all.
Oh, okay.
I liked the Michael Sam story.
Yeah, so you think Manziel should get the job, huh?
I think he should.
Yeah.
Hoyer's never going to be an answer.
You heard the Browns have really failed the past couple of games with Hoyer.
But you know what? Actually, it might be smart because they're going to tank the rest of the season. They're going to be terrible.
They're gonna what?
Tank.
Okay.
They're going to be horrible.
Yeah.
For the last couple of games. So instead of pinning some of that on Manziel and going into next season, everybody's saying, well, he kind of, we gave it to him at the end of last year and he didn't make anything different. We didn't see that spark or whatever. It'd be going into next year if they say it's going to be Manziel, it's going to be hype over the moon.
Yeah. And he won't be able to reach it anyways, right? Or
And I mean, he'll have a couple more, he'll have months and months more of experience being in the NFL and he'll be ready by then.
You think he will?
I don't think he's an NFL quarterback, but he did well when he got in there.
Is he going to have a better career than Robert Griffin III?
No, I think he'll have an equal year. I think,
okay.
And Vince Young, I think he'll have 1 year where he sparks and flashes.
Do you think there's any hope for Robert Griffin, RG3? Is he
No.
going to re-sign with another team, maybe get another shot at a starting job?
He'll move around, but he'll never be good.
Minnesota, yeah.
He'll never be good. He never was good. That run option thing was hot for about 10 minutes.
Really makes me sad. Makes me just as sad as I was losing in the fantasy ender of the football season this past week, yeah.
I almost asked you to just throw that game.
I pretty much did.
But you couldn't have played anybody and beat me.
Whatever.
What?
I scored 183. I think Reapers had 153.
Oh, but I'm saying, but you couldn't have put enough guys in there. You could have beat me ever.
You got lucky that Breeze hit, and that was pretty much it. And so you count your blessings. Count your blessings. You're getting knocked out.
That's why I drafted Drew Brees in the beginning of the season, because,
He sure was shit earlier this year, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but who's in the playoffs?
I am, too.
Okay,
and my record's actually better than yours.
Okay, then. So I think I proved my point.
Isn't it weird, though, how you're going up against Shane and I'm going up against Sanjo?
Yeah, that sucks.
The battle of the besties.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's very funny. What do you mean? I thought we were besties.
We're besties, too.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay,
but so I'm going to win, though. And hopefully you beat Shane. You'll beat Shane. I
don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you better not tank it.
No. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
No, Shane's embarrassed me too many times. I want to beat Shane.
Yeah. I was hoping I'd play you again this week so I could get some revenge. I don't know why the stupid recap had to point out that you beat me twice this year. I don't know why the recap had to say that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, good for me. I didn't even know that.
We had that Groobs bet, remember?
Oh, that's right. And you had to make out with Groob.
Yeah. But I thought the winner got to make out with Groobs.
No.
Yeah.
I need to send that out later. I want to put out the Hangman that we played.
Oh, yeah. Put that up as a bit?
I need to just cut that out and send it to Groob and see if he'll retweet it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I guarantee you he will. So we have 2 minutes left.
I guarantee it.
Do you want to make any predictions on who you're going to play in the championships this year?
No, I'd like to make a prediction on Cowboy game tomorrow.
Okay.
Cowboys Bears. I say Cowboys get embarrassed again.
Should I start Romo or Sanchez? Sanchez is playing Seattle.
Seattle. Nah, I could see that going ugly for Sanchez.
You say the Cowboys are going to get killed tomorrow too, right, though?
Romo. That doesn't mean Romo's going to be bad.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean Romo's going to be bad.
Why wasn't Murray running the ball more in that Thanksgiving Day game?
I feel like he was. I feel like he ran plenty. I think the mistake they made was they went to running on first down every single time.
And it's too obvious.
Yeah, and it just never... They just... I don't know what to think about them. I don't chalk it up to much. It was a divisional game. Your division is
They were at home, though, which sucks.
But your division, that's who's going to embarrass you is your division.
Are we going to embarrass Philly in their home field?
We could. We could walk in there. We've embarrassed them plenty of times.
We need to. They've actually embarrassed us the last couple
They
of
have.
years.
They always make us look stupid, but we've had times where we've made them look stupid. The one time we went and had a playoff win, we beat them both times in that year, and then we beat them in the playoffs.
Well, we need to beat them next week, and we need to beat Chicago this week and Philly next week for sure.
And that's what makes me so mad. We've had one playoff win in the last 20 years, and it's like over the Eagles. It means nothing. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Then they go and play the Vikings, and they got fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
That's who they are. They are the team that goes in there and gets overwhelmed completely. They don't ever overwhelm anyone.
Yeah. I saw you tweeted a picture of your kids holding up the X's, though. Throwing up them X's.
Yeah.
Did Des retweet that?
No.
So are you going to blame your kids for that like you blame me for it?
I'm going to blame them like I blame Michael Brown.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. You're just tired of sitting there quiet, right? You gotta be racist now. But Joe Scarborough said he was tired of not being racist.
He didn't say that.
He said he was tired of sitting there, keeping his mouth shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, read between the lines.
Yeah. You want to hit that music, Kat? Get us out of here?
Hey, I got it. While we get out of here,
Yeah.
the one thing I did have prepared,
Okay.
my top 5 of White Elephant Day on the ticket. Did you listen to it?
A little bit.
It was good. It was great.
We got a few seconds here to end the show, Jared. Let's
We got like a minute.
Let's get through them.
We got like a minute. My number 5 moment. I'm gonna go with George's tickers.
Those were so pathetic. I heard this London Brothers on there.
That was good.
No, it wasn't.
But he did a different one the whole show. It was good.
His,
Number 4.
his last one was terrible. It was Al Michaels. That was terrible.
Danny's tickers
Okay.
this morning were gold. And give up. Number 3, TC in general. His rant audio was good, and his over laughing. I thought who pointed? Gordon pointed out his laughing right from the beginning.
He definitely didn't bring that over laughing to this show, did he?
TC's the best. How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Number 2, that there was that 62-year-old guy that called in and dropped something about eating pussy
Did you have to crime now to do that?
on Dan. You say eat pussy?
To say that, you know, on a live spot, to say that, to like bust into somebody's thing and say that, it's against the law now.
Oh, fucker right in the pussy guy. Wow.
Yeah.
Anywhere?
Yep. You can't break
Thanks,
in and
Obama.
say that. Yep.
And number 1 moment of the day. I know this sounds really crazy. Jake roasting Robert Wolanski was the greatest thing ever. His really long and drawn out intentional grounding commercials.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jake did some fake ones. It was the greatest thing I've ever heard on the ticket.
Yeah.
That was your top 5 from White Elephant Day.
Thanks for that, Jer.
Thank you.
And thanks for having a great show with me today.
Thank you, Eddie.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week.
Next week, same time, same place.
What time was that?
6:05, deepelmonair.com.
Pick your nose to it.
Yep.
Check 1, 2. Deep Ellum on air.
Drum you.
Deep Ellum on air.
It's time to really get our party on now.